Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter. What do we got today, Elijah?
We're going to be talking about what's happening around the league after a first full week of baseball.
Then we're going to go through a little bit of an exhibition game between the Chesapeake Bay Sox and the Delmarva Shorebirds with some top prospects in there, along with going through the Orioles' last few games and going through some box scores there.
And we're going to be talking about our reactions. Is it just too much of a knee-jerk reaction, or we need to stay calm for the early season jitters?
And what are we most surprised about? The good, the bad, maybe ugly? I don't know. Here we go.
Welcome to the Eutaw Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter Podcast. I'm Cody. With me, like always, is Elijah. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, first week, I guess you can say, first week of baseball. Not quite a full week, but it's been exciting. A lot of stuff going around the league, and just baseball's back. I mean, it's a great time of year.
Yeah, baseball is back. I mean, the Orioles, we've played 4 games so far into our season, some ups and downs. We're definitely going to get to that. But let's get right into it today. We don't want to waste your guys' time. Elijah is going to hit us with This Week in Baseball, and maybe he'll stay on that topic, right?
Yeah, see, he wants me to stay on that topic because there's something non-baseball related I'm going to bring up first. And I wrote it in our Google Doc that we have for our outline of the podcast. Have it all caps, just Duke goes down. And Cody here, he's a Duke University, a Duke Blue Devils fan, which I don't know how you can root for a devil. Like, come on now. And they lost in pretty heartbreaking fashion. Works out for me because I picked UConn to win the whole tournament, so it's looking good for me on that front. But that was it. I didn't watch the whole game. Saw some of the end of it and stuff. The buzzer beater, obviously. You just wonder, Duke lost that game for themselves. Like, that was crazy. What do you have to say, Cody?
How don't you hold on to the ball? Just take they were trying to foul you. Like the whole.
I'm going to be honest. You could have just thrown it as high and as far away towards the other end of the court as you could, and that would have been better than what they did.
But that being said, I mean, incredible shot. I mean, the guy shoots it from 3, from right outside of half court. It's just such a Duke thing. Like, I told my wife, I was like, this is my problem. Like, I should have just read Harry Potter books and not watched sports, because at least the guy I want to win wins. And because Orioles always let me down, Duke lets me down, the Cowboys let me down, the Capitals let me down. It's just
at least the Capitals won in 2018. That's the one thing we got.
Yeah.
And that's like, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was like, how are you, like, a Cowboys Orioles fan? Like, how's it? It's like, dude, I wish I was a bandwagon. Like, I wish I could say that's why I was this fan. It's like my dad and my uncle ruined sports because they picked all these bad teams. Just because you guys wanted to watch the Cowboys be good in the 90s doesn't mean that they were going to be good forever. Really, why didn't you switch to Patriots before I was born?
Right. Can you?
That would have been helpful for me.
Yeah. The Chiefs and Dodger fans right now, I mean, they're just loving life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But, I mean, March Madness is still going on, obviously. It's exciting to watch. It's a good time of year, again, for the beginning of baseball into March Madness. A lot of sports going around. Just real quick, I'll touch on this. I didn't even have this on. But another sporting event that's coming up that I'm not particularly a big fan of is the Masters. And you won't see Tiger Woods out there.
No.
Definitely won't be driving a golf cart.
No. Breathalyzer on the golf cart.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. You would think at that point you would just have a chauffeur to take you everywhere, but hey, I don't make decisions for billionaires.
Yeah, no, he's made bad decisions his whole life.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough for him. He's definitely tanking his legacy. Yeah. He just had to be like a normal person, and he'd be one of the most famous and successful athletes ever.
I mean, was it John Daly, the other golfer that drinks and smokes? And even he, like, doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah, he's not that bad.
And, like, you would think that would be him.
Yeah, I don't know. But going back to some baseball stuff, I think some of the biggest news, other than just it being opening weekend, was ABS.
Yeah.
The automated ball strike system definitely made an impact this week. And I knew opening day, didn't know going in, obviously. I'm a baseball sicko. I didn't know who our umpire was going in before the game started because I'm not that much of a sicko. Then finding out that it was Laz Diaz made me happy because I knew that ABS was getting used with him there. He is awful. And I know CB Buckner got ruined by it a couple of times. Eugenio Suarez, he struck him out twice, and they were both balls. And I heard some people saying the umpires are embarrassed. It's $40,000. 40,000 people, they're getting embarrassed. Call the right pitch. And like, I understand when it's a centimeter off the plate, you call it a strike. I understand if it's a thing that like you call it a ball and it's like there's a couple ones in the Orioles games this past weekend that they call it a ball and it's just a tiny sliver of the zone. I don't care about that. It's the ones that like CB Bucknor was calling. It's 3 inches off the plate.
You know what?
It's good for baseball.
You know what? I'll say this is when I've been watching this and the call's overturned, I'm in no way angry at the umpire. I'm more just happy. Oh, let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think it's almost going to take away your anger at an umpire for a bad call because it can be overturned so easily. You know, but it is going to expose some umpires, CB Bucknor especially, who looked like at the second time he wanted to challenge him, looked like he wanted to throw him out of the game, and then he was wrong again. But even you know, in the Orioles game the other day where there was 10 challenges or whatever, I never looked at the umpire and was like, oh man, he's terrible. I was more like, man, I'm glad we had that challenge. You know, it's just added something else to the game.
At the same time, like I know I was watching some of the games and it'd be like a ball, like it would be a ball that was called a strike and they don't challenge it. It's like,
I'm like, what are you doing?
And like, we're sitting here. It's like, it's under the line. And I know Kevin Brown was talking about the Orioles broadcaster. He was saying how like they don't even have the box on their monitors in the press box because they're worried that somehow there's going to be a relay system that's going to say, oh, challenge that. Yeah. I know the Twins manager, Derek Shelton, he got tossed because he thought Ryan Helsley challenged it too late. And close. I think that's going to be the biggest concern because if you watch that video, it was close, but it's just my one thought that I had, I think it was maybe opening day, is I look back at when I play baseball or even when I just wear a hat. I touch the top of my head and move my hat around. I'd move my helmet around. I would do that all the time. And how many times is someone going to touch their top of the head and not want to challenge it but think it's getting challenged? Yeah. Or vice versa, when are they going to try to challenge it and not get picked up? Because I know there's a couple times where someone would try to challenge it. They, oh, you waited too long. Yeah. But it's because they would touch it, nothing happened, then they go like that. Then it's up to the umpire's discretion, which is we've seen in the past the umpires shouldn't have much discretion.
Yeah. I understand.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited, though. It's not like I think it's going to be like the pitch clock. It's going to be a 6.
I think it's added a fun element.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then I also saw something that happened on Monday that I thought was really cool. So Terrence Gore, I think 3-time World Series champion, didn't really play too much in the majors, but had a big impact, speedster on the bases and stuff. One with the Royals, the Braves, and he passed away over the offseason. And I saw a video for the Royals opening day for their home opener. They had his son come out and throw the opening pitch to Alex Gordon, which I just thought was a really cool moment. I just think there's moments like that in baseball that we all should acknowledge, and just there's really cool moments in baseball. Like you don't get stuff like that in other sports.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, so I have a question for you, Cody. How many players have hit 3 home runs in their first 3 games of their MLB career?
Oh, how many players? I'll say 4.
4. You're right.
Oh,
okay. Could you name? I'll give you 3 of the 4 because you're not going to get the one. I don't even remember the name of the one. Someone from the 15s. Somewhere around there. But now there's 3 people that they're all currently playing right now.
Oh, currently playing. Mike Trout.
No. Okay, I'll give you a team. The one that's not a rookie this year is on the Red Sox.
He's not a rookie this year. He's on the Red Sox. I don't know. I don't know. Who?
Trevor Story.
Oh,
he did that. And then this past weekend, Chase DeLauder and Munetake Murakami both did that. Chase DeLauder was a great pickup for my fantasy team. He's been killing it. Munetake Murakami hit some bombs too. And just remember, he signed a 2-year, $34 million deal this offseason, seeking a $100 million deal. That was a steal for the White Sox. I mean, they're going to be bad. Him and Colson Montgomery are going to be good at least, but they're going to be bad. Chase DeLauder's been killing it though. He looks legit. Just interesting to see too, like something that before last week had happened twice ever is now double the amount of times it's happened.
That's crazy.
Off season. I also saw that the Baltimore Banner put it out, or the Baltimore Sun, excuse me. And I don't know if anywhere else had released it yet, but I saw their picture of it, and it's basically like the layout of the Orioles clubhouse. And the only thing that I thought was interesting is Alonso is right next to Basayo. I just think that could be cool for Basayo. Try to learn from him a little bit. And I wonder if Alonso had any say in that, because I feel like when you get a guy like that, he can kind of pick where he wants to be in the locker room. Mm-hmm. And the one cool thing is, like, there was room. Like, there are pitchers and there are some players that, like, it's empty locker, there's empty locker. So, like, he could have had his extra space there. But I wonder if he chose to be next to our young and upcoming slugger that he's going to be playing with for the next 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And across the metro, over to D.C., Joey Wiemer has been having an incredible season so far. He's had 8 plate appearances going into Monday. 8 times he got on base. It's a perfect streak. I don't know if he'll be able to keep it up for the whole season.
They're going to have to get rid of him. They're going to have to get rid of him.
They should go ahead and trade him for someone good.
No, they can't.
Chris Bassett?
They're trying to tank. So Wiemer, he is doing the opposite.
He's doing too good for them. Yeah. They do look, the Nationals look a little rough this season. So, and then someone that we get to see now playing on the Rangers, Andrew McCutchen, has had quite a resurgence. He's looked great. Hit a bomb against Philly off John Duran. And I love it personally. Andrew McCutchen is one of my favorite baseball players ever. I mean, he was in his peak as I was getting real, like 8, 9, 10 years old. He was really just in his peak playing with, I mean, the swagger that he had, you didn't really see that too often, like 2012.
Yeah.
It was still a lot of like the boring baseball. Started getting it, and he kind of ushered in like some new stuff. Yeah. Like Fernando Tatis wouldn't be here without Andrew McCutchen. And I'm really glad that he's succeeding after just a terrible relationship with the Pirates ended.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I have a question, Cody. Is Paul Skeens going to lose the Cy Young because of this one start?
Because of O'Neal Cruz? Yeah, I don't know. I watched most of that game, and I would have pulled my 10-year-old travel ball kid from center field after that. I mean, fly ball over your head. You take your first 3 steps are in, and the ball goes over your head. But because he doesn't touch it, it's a triple or double, whatever it was, 2 runs score. And then you go out there and the sun gets in your eyes. The sun, by the way, is undefeated in this first week of the season because I've never seen players have so much issues between Dylan Beavers and Paul.
You know what my problem with that is?
Don't you have
there's this great invention called sunglasses.
Yeah, O'Neal Cruz out there, no sunglasses, and so
it was bad.
Yeah,
I was watching the game too, and it was rough.
And then Logan Webb just kept he did that thing. Oh, what's that thing that you shouldn't do? Oh, he threw the ball down the middle, like middle.
At least he struck out Aaron Judge though.
Yeah, 4 times, right? Yeah.
Well,
he did.
Yeah. He didn't last that long. Times. But that was a great performance. He's supposed to be the ace of my fantasy baseball team. I know I keep going back to it. Delotto was great. Webb was not great.
Yeah.
And then just on Monday night, Cody Ponce making his debut for the Blue Jays, first time in the Major League since 2021. He injured his knee and had to get carted off the field after 2 1/3 innings pitched. Just, you hate to see it. I mean, he was looking really good. Could have had a great season. He was the MVP of the KBO last year, and now he could be out for the rest of the season possibly.
Strong name, Cody.
Okay. Now, I have some trivia. I'm just going to go right past that. I have some trivia. This trivia is a little personal somewhat, so I've titled it Welcome to My House Trivia. And I'm doing that because over this past weekend, the great Susquehanna University, where I attend, has a spring concert every year, and we had Flo Rida come to campus. And Flo Rida, what a show. Flo, if you're listening, loved it, man. I'm sure he is. And I also have sidetrack here, Cody. So I know I'm your nephew. I have a new nickname that you need to call me. Flo Rida had these guys with him that were like the sideshow, basically. One of them was named International Nephew, and I think that's got to be my new name now. I'm not Elisha. I'm International Nephew.
Okay, my bad. My bad. I'll try to get on that. That's a long nickname.
Well, and you can do it like how he does it though. Abbreviate International to just INTL.
Oh, okay.
That shortens it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But one of Flo Rida's big songs is "Welcome to My House." Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you, Cody, what is the largest margin the Orioles have ever won by on their home opener? It's happened 3 times.
7.
10.
Oh.
It happened first in 1973. We won 10-0 against the Milwaukee Brewers. It happened in 1980 against the Kansas City Royals. We beat them 12-2, and then it happened last year against the Angels.
Wow.
So I also have something else fun here. Would you like to guess what the end record was? Or not the Angels, sorry, the Blue Jays. Angels was 2 years ago when we beat them up. That was only, I think, 8 or 9 runs. So, the 1973 Orioles, do you want to know where they finished in the season?
in the season in just the AL East?
Just how far did they make it in the playoffs, AL East, whatever you think happened?
The division series.
Well, so this was before the DS. This is when you just had it was just the AL Championship series.
Okay, the ALC, yeah.
So yeah, they lost in the ALCS. They won 97 games that year.
Wow.
Lost to the A's. And then in 1980, now tell me, I know baseball has gotten more maddening in many different ways, but this would be the most I would have to end the podcast if this was the Orioles. The Orioles were 162, won 100 games in 1980, didn't make the playoffs. Because the Yankees won 102 games.
Wow, that's crazy.
And that's when it sucks. Because that was when it was East and West, and the Yankees won the East.
Wow, that's nuts.
That's when you thank God for wild cards.
Yes, that's nuts. Sure.
Luckily, the Yankees didn't win the World Series that year in 1980. That was the Phillies won it that year.
Fighting.
But I just thought it was kind of funny looking back. Obviously, last year didn't go quite as well as those 2 years. But let's hope that obviously we didn't win a World Series any of these years, so maybe winning against the Twins like we did only 2-1 is going to be better for us.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into some Orioles news and notes and everything. First, before we talk about this past few games, I got a fun thing I want to kind of run through really fast. I went to a exhibition game the other day. It was the Bay Sox, the Chesapeake Bay Sox, versus the Delmarva Shorebirds. That's our AA team, the Bay Sox, and our low A team, the Shorebirds. So you'd say, man, I bet that was a lopsided game. Nope, 9-9 tie.
Which is pretty bad because I've been to a few Shorebirds games and their pitching normally sucks.
Yeah, well, the Orioles, Esteban Mejia, I'm hoping I said that right. Mejia. Okay, Esteban Mejia. He pitched good. I mean, they didn't have the radar gun on, but it was high 90s. At least. I mean, he was throwing shed.
Okay, I have a question for you, Cody. How old do you think Esteban Mejia is?
He's 19, right?
Yeah, he was born in 2007.
Yeah.
I'm 2 years older than him. That makes me. I don't like that.
Yeah, we had that conversation while he was pitching. There's multiple times where he overshot the catcher and the umpire, and it hit the backstop. So accuracy wasn't quite there.
I'm gonna be honest. I've seen some pitchers at my college and they're older than him, and they do the same thing.
Yeah,
he's gonna do it at least.
Yeah, but did they throw 100 miles an hour? That's the question. But he was definitely tough to handle for the Bay Sox. So yeah, he did really well. What was really cool about this is I saw 5 out of our top 30 prospects. I'm sure if you were to go farther than that, there's more. But 5 of the top 30 played. Esteban Mejia, he's the number 6 prospect for the Orioles. I got to see him. That was pretty cool. He did well. He the first couple innings, he kind of struggled with accuracy, but he kind of settled down. I'm not going through this game. I'm just telling you what we got to see there. Aaron Estrada, he's the number 7 prospect. He did pretty well also. Thomas Sosa with the Bay Sox, he's the number 18 prospect. He is like massive, and if you get in a fight, you want what?
He needs to get his stats updated if he said he's massive. This says he's 6'4", 160, which
he's not
6'4", 160 pounds. That's a skinny dude. I can tell you right now, I'm looking at his picture, and his neck and shoulders are just too big for him to be 160 pounds.
He is not 160 pounds. Now he's 6'4" probably, but he is like jacked.
That was what they measured him when they signed him when he was 14 years old.
Yeah. I also got to see Ethan Anderson. He's the number 24 prospect for the Bay Sox. And Griff O'Farrell, who I really wanted to see. That was like my guy I wanted to see. He's our number 27th prospect. It was pretty neat to go there. The Shorebirds did a great job, I thought. I was very impressed that they had concessions open. They had plenty of people working there. Everything felt like it was a regular game. Which you say, well, obviously, if you've been to exhibitions, that doesn't always be the case. Sometimes it is purely a scrimmage, so they don't really do a whole lot. But the Shorebirds did a great job. I was very impressed. Do you have anybody out of that list I was talking about, Elijah, that really jumps out to you?
Yeah, I mean, Esteban Mejia, I think he's a stud. He did really good last year. I think I don't expect him to be on the Shorebirds very long. I'd have to imagine he makes his way up to the Keys and the Bay Sox pretty soon here. And I think I'm really intrigued with Ethan Anderson. I think he's ranked kind of low. It didn't have great stats last year, 248 batting average, 310 at-bats. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be pretty good. I mean, for a catcher, though, that's not terrible. Obviously, there's not really a need for catchers on the Orioles right now. I mean, all these guys are interesting, but they range throughout the top 30 list for the Orioles. It's just interesting, though, because like you say, well, Griff O'Farrell at 27, that's pretty low. Mm-hmm. Or Ethan Anderson, 24, that's pretty low. Well, Anthony Nunez, who's now pitching for the Orioles, looked really great in the 2 innings he's thrown. He's number 23. It's like he's not that much higher than them.
Right. Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. It was a lot warmer than the game I went to before that day. I'll get to that in a second. But so anyway, that was kind of a treat to be able to go see some of our top prospects, be able to play each other. Now, what was really hard about that game was I didn't really know who to root for because, somebody would hit, and my wife looks at me like, do we cheer for that? I'm like, I don't know because I don't really, I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what I mean? So, so anyway, that was a pretty neat thing to be able to go see. And let's move on to this year's first, series review. We're going to talk real quick about the Orioles versus the Twins in the 3-game series. The Orioles took 2 out of the 3 games. Thank goodness. Opening day, we did what we usually do, and we won opening day. Orioles have a great record. I believe it's one of the top in all of baseball and on opening day and winning that game. Trevor Rogers came out, looked like the Trevor Rogers of old, did really well. Orioles win 2-1. The big story here is, number 1, Trevor Rogers. Number 2, Helsley throwing 100 mile an hour over and over and over again. I'll be honest, after seeing Felix Bautista be able to throw that hard, you think that like just a big dude, and then you see little like Helsley just go out there and just gas up. Pretty impressive. So and then Adley Rutschman also had a double, and Blaze Alexander and Colton Cowser was your 2 RBIs. Like I said, my favorite part, Trevor Rogers goes 7 innings, 5 strikeouts. The 4 walks is kind of weird, just because you don't usually see Trevor Rogers have 4 walks. But other than that, he pitched really well. Anyway, super excited to see us pull out a win on opening day. Game 2 was the game I was at. And that game, I am pulling it up right here. Yes. The 10th coldest Orioles game in Orioles history. And Camden
really?
Yards.
Wow.
10th. And Cody was
good thing you were there.
And I was smart enough to get a seat behind the Orioles dugout, but in the section right under the ledge. If you know where I'm talking about, you know where I'm at. Under the ledge of the club level, which is normally great seats. But when you're praying for warmth, you don't want to be out of the sun. And it was so cold. It was 120 mile an hour winds. Okay, it wasn't 120 mile an hour, but it was cold. The wind was crazy. It was in your face. There was no getting away from the wind. But yeah, so it was really cold. I am so done with that, but you're done hearing me talk about that. So we made Taj Bradley look like a future Cy Young Award winner for the 2026 season. That's typically what our Orioles do. But he goes 4 innings, 9 strikeouts. Which every single person, I believe, except for Mountcastle pinch hit, every single person on the Orioles in this game struck out at least once. Our beloved Gunnar Henderson struck out 3 out of 4 times. Alonso 2 out of 5 times. Basayo 2 out of 3 times. It was pathetic. Bradish goes 4 2/3, gives up 2 earned, 3 runs. 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Definitely had a hard time throwing a strike with the first pitch of the game. Gunnar Henderson did have an amazing play up the middle where he dives across, makes the throw over. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this game in a few, just about what I saw. The biggest thing about this game since I was there is it felt like last year where the Orioles fans wanted something to cheer about. It was just nothing. You never... When we actually took the lead in this game at one point, but it still never felt like we had the lead. Yeah. It just always felt like, I don't know. In Game 3, the Orioles take the rubber match. We win 8-6, and Shane Baz comes out and didn't look like the pitcher we just extended. He gives up 4 runs and 5 1/3. 4 strikeouts. Did okay. Luckily, Bailey Ober and Mike Abel. Am I saying that right? Nick. I'm sorry. Yes. Luckily, they did worse than Shane Baz. So,
but you're not wrong.
But so anyway, I mean, luckily we pulled that out. The biggest thing right there is Tyler O'Neill hits his first home run of the season and the first home run of the Orioles season. Anything of those games, Elijah, stand out to you?
I mean, the lack of offense, I think, is the main thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty miserable to watch. I mean, I know here at the radio station on my campus, we did an MLB show after opening day, and I was on it, and we tried to talk about the Orioles. There was just nothing to talk about because it was such a boring game. Even if you're an Orioles fan, it's like, yeah, we won and Rodgers looked good, but that was it.
Yeah,
the offense was rough.
Yeah,
the bullpen wasn't great. I don't know. It's just and continued over to game 2. The offensive struggles. Finally, we hit in the 3rd game of the series. And I know, looking to the future from the series, obviously we've already played our 4th game of the year. We lost again. We lost to the Rangers. Didn't have much offense there either. It's not a great trend.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, yeah, so our first game of the series against the Texas Rangers, I'll hit that really fast. Bassett starts this game, gives up 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Really struggled. It kind of stunk too because Rangers score 1 in the first, and Bassett kind of gets out of a jam. And then Gunnar Henderson hits his first home run of the year. And Adley Rutschman hits a ball 130,000 miles an hour into the right field wall. Gets a double out of it. And then the very next inning, Bassett goes right back out there to just let runs in. And you're just like, you thought the same thing I thought. I'm like, this looks a lot like Charlie Morton. And you're like, God, I don't want that. And it's too early. I understand. But it was also, too soon. This is too soon to last year.
Yet again, it wouldn't have mattered if we were scoring, or even if we weren't scoring runs, but just getting hits and getting on base consistently.
Yeah. Bassett goes 4 1/3, gives up 4 earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. And yeah, Orioles strike out 11 times in this game. So it's tends to be it. There's a couple 10s here. Orioles striking out, and Tyler Wells giving up runs every time he comes in. He's been struggling. But I want to get to some interesting things really fast. My game and stadium review of the second game of the season. If you're going to an Orioles game anytime soon, I would love to hear, or I have been if you went to one of the games in this home series. Put in the comments what you think also. A couple things. Scoreboard is great. I'm very impressed. I was a little nervous that it's so big and massive that it wouldn't fit into the aesthetic of the stadium. But the people that designed the image that goes on the scoreboard, they made it look rustic. It looks awesome. It fits right in. It looks like they didn't put a new scoreboard there. It looks like it's always been there. Fits in perfectly. All right. But my favorite part of the stadium that I didn't think I was going to say this. I have 2. Should say 2 favorite things. And they're both not the scoreboard. Even though I do love them. The sound is incredible. My favorite. Yeah. So they gave Pete Alonso the Silver Slugger Award while we were there. You could hear every single thing he was saying, which I know you're like, well, that's how it should be. Yeah, I agree. But for the past 10 years, it hasn't been like that. So you could hear everything. But my favorite part about it is under each. I'm hopefully going to have a picture of this right here so you can see it. Under each of the windows of the warehouse is a speaker for the entire warehouse. And you know what awesome. You know what it's playing the whole time? The radio broadcast of the game.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. So when you're walking anywhere in the stadium, where you're walking in the concessions area, you always, no matter where you are, hear the radio broadcast of the game that's currently happening. It is incredible. It's so noticeable that you're walking on Eutaw Street and you hear the radio broadcast. And you want to talk about something that just kind of gives you chills. Is just the ballpark looks historic, and nothing is more historic than radio baseball on the radio. Walk down Eutaw Street with the Orioles on the radio broadcast. That was legit. That's awesome. That was a great thing to know. I didn't even know they were going to do that. They are still doing construction on the flag courts. It looks like they're doing like a little like statue yard there. I don't hold me to that. I was trying to see it. There's a lot of people there, so everybody's kind of looking at it. So they're still working on that. I think I said this last week. This is an underrated feature. This is my second favorite part, by the way, is they got rid of the last row of seats in the main concourse of the field level seating to open up the walkway a little bit. And that is so much better. It is so much better. You're not like all jammed up trying to walk. So that was awesome. Everything looks just so new, so polished. Like, I know we always go, I know you don't actually use, this last time, but we always go to the second game of the year. And a lot of times when we go to the second game, the stadium's still not really ready to play. Like they're still like working on stuff. Other than the flag court spot, the stadium feels like every little bit of paint seems to be, fine. And everything is so pretty. It's so perfect. It just looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, it was, I love it. I love it. Oh, got another one. They've added a ton. It's almost like every other section of seating, like seating for disabilities, for people with disabilities. So like it's wheelchair accessible, and that's really neat. It looks very clean. A ton of new vendors, like concessions. I mean, there's so many concessions. What I'm not a fan of. Okay, this is really the only thing. Which is pretty good. That's pretty impressive that I only found one thing. Whenever you watch a Yankees game or any like Dodgers, look at the seats behind home plate. I call it the rich people seating. And a lot of times it's companies bought these recliner looking chairs right behind the home plate, and they're always empty because the team doesn't really care if they sell or if anybody's in there because they've already sold them.
Yeah.
Well, under the Truist Club box is something like that, right? It's all like comfy chairs, and it's completely empty. Like at ours it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it just looks so ugly. Right behind home plate, you got this huge section that they'd found, I guess they thought that, they needed to put there. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of frustrating. But yeah.
I do have a question. You said about vendors. Did they have like any cool souvenir cups?
They did, and I got one. It has Samuel Basayo, Dylan Beavers, and Gunnar Henderson on it.
And then question, what's the most money you'd be willing to pay for a souvenir cup?
It was $18, and it's free refills for the whole season. I can take it back.
So what you're saying is the $75 one that looks awful, that's the fake Ohtani jersey at the Dodgers game, that's only free refills for that day, isn't worth it?
How much?
$75.
No, absolutely.
You should look up a picture of it.
And I collect souvenir cups.
It looks like I could make that cup. It's literally like a plastic jersey. That's just the cup. It does I've seen way cooler souvenir cups that are $15 or $18, not $75.
That's crazy.
But yet again, if you're going to a Dodgers game, you don't care about the baseball.
Yeah. Anyway, I was a big fan of the stadium. The stadium was gorgeous. It just roof needed to come over so like it could keep me warm. But all in all, pretty awesome experience. Really, really good. Oh, the other thing I wish they had, I two things that I didn't like. Truist Club, and I just like Orioles. Please listen to me. The walk that we got to do from over the bridge from the Ravens Stadium into Orioles, make it Orioles. Like put Oriole flags up. I mean, it's your main walking into the stadium, and you could just tell that the Ravens just took all their stuff down, and you're not putting anything up. It just ticks me off. Like it's the Ravens walk in the wintertime during football season. It will always be. It's Orioles. Let it be the Orioles walk during the summer. You know what I mean? And heck, change it over in September because by the looks of it, we won't need it anyway. So, okay, that moves into a perfect segment because if you think I'm being ridiculous, to our knee-jerk reaction, or do we just need to keep calm? So you let us know, and if you have any of these, you can throw it in our comment section. All right, my first one is the Orioles offense still the issue? Is our Orioles offense, is it still the issue just like last season, or is it too early? What do you think, Elijah?
I'm going to be hopeful and say it's too early.
Okay.
I think it is possible just people get slow starts. Yeah. I'm really impressed by some of the offense. Like Adley Rutschman has looked really good this year. And I'm very happy with that. And if we're going to go out and say that the offense is still the issue, then that's the same assumption that Adley Rutschman is probably going to decline here. And I don't want to believe that. So I'm going to go hopeful, and I'm going to say knee-jerk. Now, granted, if by May it's not gotten any better, it's the same problem as last year. We have a serious issue.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's my problem with the whole thing, though, is it's just the strikeouts are insane. You know what I mean? So, really Gunnar Henderson's had 16 at bats. He struck out 7. You know, let me pull it up right here. Pete Alonso is 15 at bats, struck out 6. Sammy Basayo 4 out of 10. So Sammy Basayo almost striking out half the at bats. Jeremiah Jackson is striking out half the at bats. But good news, if Jeremiah Jackson doesn't strike out, he gets a hit. So because he's batting 3.
I'm okay if he does that.
Yeah, right. It's just like okay. So like for instance, the Rangers game, they score 4 runs. It still feels like if they score 4 runs, the game's over. Now, I understand the argument would be, well, that's not what happened in the last game against the Twins. And you're right. But I felt like the game was over because
that's yet again, of 4 games we played, that's the only one.
Yeah.
You can't do that 1 in 4.
Yeah, I agree. My other one, okay, and then I'll let you run through it, do you think Coach Albie is going to use his bench this aggressively? It seems like he is very quick on putting a pinch hitter in.
Yeah, I really liked his decision, like with the whole bring Mountcastle into pinch hit. Mountcastle got a hit, put Tavares into pinch run, and then obviously played the field. I like it. The only thing I worry about is our bench isn't crazy deep with positionality. Like he did that. I mean, he went in one half inning, we had 1 person left on the bench. Yeah. And I do think we could run into issues just because we already have 2 catchers in the game. Like I would hate to run into the issue that's the 6th inning, Basayo gets a double, we're down by 2, and you put a pinch runner in for him because he was DHing, and then the next inning Adley gets hurt.
Yeah.
And we're screwed if that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I love it. I love I feel like he is very fast. You know, if you have it seems like if you go 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, unless you're a big dog like Gunnar and
unless you're Pete Alonso or Gunnar Henderson.
You're getting subbed out like that quick. Like it is quick. And I love it.
Yeah, I think it's fair though because yet again, there's maybe 4 guys on the team that you can confidently say they're the best at their position on the team.
Yeah,
it's just you can't say that about everybody, and that kind of takes me into my first point. Colton Cowser is going to be pushed out of the lineup by Tyler O'Neill and Dylan Beavers.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I mean, Dylan Beavers, he's already played center field this year now. Cowser, I know, was back in the lineup Monday, but he was out of it on Sunday. They're both lefties, and if they're confident Beavers can play center field, I am scared for Cowser's playing time.
Yeah,
Tyler O'Neill's looked like our best player this season.
Yeah, Cowser has 6 at bats. Dylan Beavers has 9. So yeah, Cowser is in the bottom third of our starting position player in at bats.
I'm going to be honest. The only thing helping him is his defense right now. That's the thing helping him keep him in the lineup, just because Beavers is looking legit. And if O'Neill stays like this, I mean, O'Neill's been really good.
The only frustrating, I would be frustrated if I was him, is he's 2 for 6, right, with a double.
Yeah, it's not like he's been bad.
Yeah, only 2 strikeouts. So
yeah,
but yeah, so I mean, only 2 strikeouts, but he's only played 6. But yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna happen though.
It might not, but it's gonna be interesting to see. Yet again, all it takes is like an injury or something stupid.
Yeah.
My next one is that our rotation is really, really bad outside of Rogers and Bradish.
Is this a shock? Like, is anybody else like this? I feel like last year. Like, is this like?
I'm gonna be honest. I wrote this. This was before Monday's game when I came up with the idea of this part of it, and then during Monday's game when Bassett was doing good, that helped solidify it in my mind. But then by the time Bassett was done, I'm not sure if I think this is almost a keep calm now. Like I would almost say keep calm on this just because we knew what we were getting with Bassett. Like that, like we should not be surprised. 4 runs, 5 innings is about what we're going to get every time. He surprised me by the fact that after he gave up 4 runs, he'd already thrown almost 70 pitches and he threw another 3 innings. That is impressive. I don't know. Rogers is going to win a Cy Young. That's all I know.
I agree. I think Dean Kramer's going to be here before you know it.
100%.
And yeah, I'm.
You know what the only problem with Dean Kramer coming up though is? That's an extra game that you have to go without Rogers and Bradish pitching.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. So Zach Eflin, I think, is he starting?
Eflin's, yeah. Eflin's on Tuesday.
Yeah. So we have him. So we'll see how that goes, but just nothing I feel confident about if it's not. I will say, well, you do have him. I feel confident.
Yeah,
Rogers.
I have Bradish. I think Bradish had a rough day. He's not thrown a lot of innings over the past couple of years, so like you do give him the benefit of the doubt. His stuff looked good. His slider was nasty still. I think it's just. I mean, it's the first game you give him benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
It did. Yep. I mean, again, 3.86 ERA right now after one game, so it's not terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
And now this is my last one. Our bullpen is strong, but it's not who we think is going to be good is going to carry it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I was wrong, I think, about who I thought was. I really thought Tyler Wells was going to be Tyler Wells, and I just did not think Anthony Nunez was going to stinking throw frisbees. You know what I mean? It was just like those pitches he was throwing was like I was there. And the swings were insane. Like it looked like you ever try to like kill a fly and without it being like on the table, it's just up in the air. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for him. I'm excited for Rico Garcia. He's looking really good. Grant Wolfram's looking good. Dietrich Enns isn't looking too bad. Yarmil Geraldo has rough stats, but I think he's going to bounce back fine. I think he'll be good. Cano didn't look too terrible either. It's honestly, to be honest, I guess it is really just Wells is what I'm saying. I don't expect Cano to be a huge part of this bullpen either this year. I think Helsley, I really like what I see from Helsley, but I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, you have the top four relievers is going to be like a Helsley, Nunez, Enns and Wolfram or Wolfram Garcia or Wolfram Geraldo or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. So after the past few games, okay, Elijah, give me what are you most surprised about? Like, what's the good? What's something good that you're surprised about? Let's pull. We'll lift people up and then we'll slam them down at the end.
Yeah. So my good, I kind of already mentioned it, but my good hails from Burnaby, British Columbia. Tyler O'Neill. I mean, he didn't look that great against the Rangers, DHing there, but he's played every game.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. His at bats are some of the more competitive at bats that I'm seeing out of some of the like. Let's be honest. If you've watched Gunnar Henderson and Pete Alonso's at bats, look up, give them benefit of the doubt. They're both superstars. They look bad. They look really bad.
Yeah,
like really bad. Tyler O'Neill and Jeremiah Jackson and maybe Blaze Alexander and Adley Rutschman may be the only people trying up at the plate. Like it almost looks like that sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see what O'Neill can do the rest of this season, and I'm glad at least because we got to remember back in the days, not hating on Brandon Hyde. Back in the days, it wouldn't have mattered what he did the day before. It's matchup based only.
Yeah,
he's played every day because he's been doing good. I'm sure if he were to go 2 games where he goes 0 for 4 and gets 3 strikeouts, he's not playing that next day.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, my good is somebody, if you've been watching the game, if you haven't been watching the game, you probably don't know this. If you've been watching the game, he's a highlight play every game. And that's Kobe Mayo at third base. Absolutely stud. I mean, just crushing.
Yeah.
The opening day, he makes a diving play and turns it into a double play. The game I was at, he dives into the net and makes a crazy play down the third baseline. It just seems to be every game he's having some great play that's saving a run or killing a rally. The whole problem with Kobe Mayo is where are you going to play him? You know what I mean? And my man, you could tell this offseason he has worked his butt off because if he keeps playing like this, maybe Westberg can DH. Maybe, you know what I mean? Because
the one thing you think about with Westberg too is the type of injury he has. The timetable's unsure. If Mayo's out there making these types of plays and just being serviceable at the plate, which I think he can be more than that, that gives the Orioles more comfort in letting Westberg really take his time to make sure he's fully healthy.
Yeah, I agree. So what's your bad?
You mentioned it with Bradish earlier. It's first pitch strikes, I think, on both sides of the plate. On pitching side, I couldn't tell you when the last time I saw a first pitch strike was. Bradish, I think, was down 2-0 every single at-bat that he had. And that hurt his chances because that's why he didn't go deep in that game. And same with Bassett. He didn't look that great today, throwing a lot of first pitch balls. Baz was throwing a lot of first pitch balls. I think got to get ahead in the count. And then on the opposite side, I really like the aggressiveness that we're showing on the plate. I just think some people need to maybe be less aggressive. But I don't know. I think that kind of plays into your negative, Cody.
Yeah, I agree. It did feel like we were always behind in the game for first pitch strikes for our pitchers. It's just kind of annoying. Yeah, it's like it just seemed like we were always kind of behind.
It was very uncompetitive first pitches.
Yeah, absolutely. Now my bad thing that I was surprised about. Remember, this isn't bad that like we're this is just something that surprised us. We didn't think we were going to be bad.
It's just like Yeah.
So I just didn't. I didn't think we were going to strike out this much. I'll be straight. I just really thought that last year was a fluky year. Things were weirdly happening. Gunnar wasn't hitting the way you thought he was going to hit. Adley was struggling. Certain this and that. We get Taylor Ward. We get Pete Alonso. Now it just seems like Pete Alonso comes up in a big moment, strikes out. Gunnar Henderson comes up in a big moment, strikes out. Taylor Ward, I don't know. I think he has a hit. I think he got a hit in opening day.
He has a couple.
That's it. Yeah, but I mean, he's batting leadoff, batting like a 0.10 or whatever. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. But the strikeouts are crazy, and this is terrible to say, but is it just the same old Orioles? You know what I mean? Is it just this is what you got? You know what I mean? It's just until it's way too early to ever think about this. I mean, too many. You're 5 years away from this, but is it just that's what this team is? You know?
Yeah, I hope not. I had a lot more optimism last time we were on the podcast.
Yeah,
not feeling quite as optimistic, but the one thing I keep saying is we've had 4 games. It's been 4 games.
Yeah, 2-2.
We're 2-2.
I would have done anything last year to be 500.
That's very true. Very true. But I mean, we're 500 4 games in. We could be 0-4.
Yeah,
that'd be really bad. But I mean, there's 162. We have 158 left.
Good math. Yeah,
I can subtract by 4 is not bad. You might need to get your wife to give you some tutors.
Yeah,
some tutors, some lessons or something like that. But it's just I don't even know. I hope it's just early season stuff. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the strikeouts they're bad, but Pete Alonso he's gonna strike out. I'm gonna be honest. That's the type of hitter he is. He's good, but he's gonna strike out a decent amount. Gunnar Henderson, we kind of saw it last year and the year before. He is gonna strike out a decent amount. The rest of the guys can't be striking out though.
Yeah. I mean, our defense looks good.
It actually looks really good. I'm impressed with the defense.
Yeah, our offense looks rough, and hopefully next week when we come on, we will be like
2 losses.
Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully next week we come on and we're like, man, we overreacted, because I will be the first person to say I overreacted. I hope.
I love telling Cody when he's wrong.
I would love for you to tell me that I'm wrong. That's my goal. But we can't thank you enough for listening to our podcast today here on the Eutaw Street Banter. Remember, we are putting updates almost every day. Well, we are putting updates every day on our website, right there at the top of the screen. Remember, we are on Facebook, we're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on all of them. And make sure you follow us there.
If you're watching, you're on YouTube. But
we're on YouTube.
If you don't want to watch us, we're on Spotify and Apple. If you don't like looking at our if it's just too much to look at us, you can't focus on the baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and remember, please like and subscribe if you're listening to us on podcast. Give us a 5-star rating, as that helps us make it through the ranks and get to the top of your search engine. And we can't wait to see you next week here on the Eutaw Street Banter. Thank you so much, guys. See ya.